Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is the Watcher here, and I will be doing some tutorials in the StarCraft 2 editor for, I don't know, for quite a while. What will I do? I will do tutorials on different stuff. Today it'll be a basic tutorial of what the editor is, how, and just the basics about it. I will be also doing some slightly more specific tutorials after this one, and then I will actually just make a map which covers a lot of things in the editor, which I will then, I will record how I am making that map. It'll be for tutorial purposes only. I won't actually be making the map because I want to make the map, although it might be a pretty cool one. Anyway, what we see here is the terrain editor, not data editor. Why the hell did I think it's the data editor? But anyway, for those of you who do not know how to find the editor, this is how your installation folder should look, except that you do not have this. This is an icon. Wait, okay, I will delete that. It's a different icon I had for StarCraft 2. It's pretty cool. There is, I don't know where I think I got it on Mapster. There were like lots and lots of icons, but that's not it. We were talking about the editor, this green symbol right here. And even though you don't see it on the recording, my cursor is flashing like mad. It's so annoying. Anyway, this is the editor. You open it, you take a while to load, and then you get a terrain. That's what you get. By default, this is what you get. You get a terrain when it opens, but I changed my settings so it doesn't open the terrain editor. Then you can create a new map by Control N or File New or this button right here, because that's how everything works. Just new something. You can set the width, height, then use terrain if you don't want terrain, which I don't see why you would want it unless you're making a map like debates. You will want to use the terrain. And you've got texture sets right here. There's a lot of them. Agria is a jungle. It gives you a jungle, urban, space platform, jungle, more space platform installation, blah blah blah. My favorite one is Shakuras, which is the one you see in the background here with the bricks texture, and the Ulnar, the Zelnaga world ship. I like that one as well. And well, we're not going to make a new one because that takes a lot of time to load, and apparently I have to load this here as well. Yeah, if you're just trying to make something, even if you don't actually do it, you have to load stuff. One thing people don't know is, okay, maybe people do know, but new people don't, is these dependencies. This is how you choose, how do I explain dependencies? Dependencies are things that your map depends on, kind of. Okay, it's data which you have. Liberty Multi gives you all the unit data, and I think Liberty gives you all the unit data. And Liberty Multi is the one that they modify in patches, so balance changes and everything is in Liberty Multi, which means Liberty Multi is affected by patches. If you remove this from your dependencies, your units will not be affected by patches at all. And the thing why dependencies are important is because you got the campaign dependencies, which include Firebats and Diamondbacks and Kerrigan and Raynor and all that stuff, which if you use these normal dependencies, you do not have. So let's just add Liberty and Liberty Store. I'm not sure which one is the correct one, but I just added both. So these you want to have all 4 dependencies enabled, or actually you don't need multi, but you want to have these enabled if you want the campaign files, and you should have Liberty Mod always enabled, unless you don't feel like working with anything that StarCraft 2 has provided to you, which means you're making something from scratch with custom models and everything, which will be very hard, so I don't recommend that. And okay, we do this. So now I'm adding the Liberty campaign dependency. Sorry, I forgot to do that before. But we will getting all the models and data and everything from the campaign. And now we wait for that to load and load. I got the really ancient computer made out of wood with a half-core rock processor, and it's almost loaded. Also, to not have to modify the dependencies. Also, you can, about dependencies, you can add different dependencies which are not standard ones. Like, people make mods themselves, like, just custom races or assets or, like models and textures. You can add the dependency by going on dependencies, add other, and you see you got the Iron Chef and other ones. Let's add this one. It's the one for my map, which includes a custom model. Not a custom model, it's a Warcraft model, but here I'll just add it, so we have to wait forever again. Damn this, we're already almost 5 minutes in, and I crashed. Oh great. Oh well. And we start the editor again. which takes forever. Anyway, this here is map sc2maps.com. You've got lots and lots of great tutorials right here. So for anyone, this data events blah 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 is a tutorial how to change textures of units. And oh yeah, Mapster mentoring. Why don't I do that while the editor loads? Yeah, okay, make a new one. Oh yeah, with that way, Mapster mentoring. So if you're a new guy, my friend Wolfling, who is also probably going to do some tutorials on this channel, he made this Mapster mentoring thing. You should check it out. There are like lots of mentors here. Oh, Hellroll already joined as well. You see, you got me, him, and 2 other ones for now. Probably more will come. This thread is like, what is it, 101 minutes old. So let's go back to Shakuras and wait. Oh yeah, and when you modify, you can pick melee, and you can pick campaign, which automatically adds all the dependencies you need. Right. So on Maps, we've got quite a lot of tutorials here. This mentoring thingy is you can just PM these guys. You can get them on Skype, MSN, or emails, or something like that, and they will help you answer your questions which you need. Everybody's specialized in something. Wolfling likes triggers and data, probably more than triggers. Probably, yeah, he's more into triggers. Fuzzy D is a Galaxy person. Galaxy is the programming language of StarCraft 2, which is similar to C++ or something like that. I'm not sure. Don't take my word for that, but it's similar to something with C. Then I am a data and trigger guy, and Hellroll is SC2 layout files, which are what the UI is, and some triggers. So we got this. Click OK. Now we have to make a new document, and this takes forever. And so what else can we do while we're waiting for that to load? Okay, it's not loading yet. Also, this is me. I am the Almighty, and you can just on Maps. I'm the Almighty. You can PM me. Just search for my name, and you can just click on my name and just send PM right here. I have my own map, and well, there's how much to say. You can PM me or other people in the mentoring system. Oh yeah, tutorials, that's what I wanted. And okay, go to open the terrain editor. That's going to take forever. So tutorials. Here's you see if you go in Galaxy Wiki and API Docs, API probably is how it said, and you just there's this huge thing in bold, and there you got Galaxy tutorials. So you got editing for beginners, getting started with the Galaxy editor, blah blah blah. Customizing the editor. Okay, I don't know what that's supposed to be. Galaxy language. Terrain editing, trigger editing, data editing, a lot of stuff basically. You can just check this out if you need some help. Not all tutorials on this page are listed here, so you can also use the search function if there's nothing you want. And if there's no tutorial covering exactly what you need, just check one that's similar, or check multiple ones that's similar, because I mean I did like 6 tutorials, and that's where I learned everything I had to know. I was able to figure out everything else. I was able to figure out everything else on my own after a couple of tutorials, and just doing a few somewhat general tutorials will really help you out. Like I recommend the actor tutorial, and if you want to make heroes, take Bifu's hero tutorial, or I think 1-2 has one as well, but he made it after I learned how to do heroes, so there was no point in watching that one for me. So you can check his out as well. He does great tutorials. Now 8 minutes into it, we're finally in the terrain editor. Wow, this took forever. So what you see here is a terrain, really ugly, one textured terrain. It's not too huge, and let's just turn the camera so that we have on the right spot up. Yep, this is it. Okay. So this border here is the camera border, which means you cannot move. So when you're in game, you cannot move your camera past this. So we would actually, this is like the most we could go. We could look this. We could probably like see the edges around it, but that's about it. Then the blue border is the actual border, so everything past the blue line is black. Okay, this here does not exist. This does not exist in the slightest. It's just waste of space. Anyway, what else is there? Okay, so when you hold the control button and right mouse click, and this is what you do. When you just hold those two down, and you move your mouse, and you just dance around. So left mouse click nothing, shift, no, okay, you can select stuff like in the game. But the thing is, what you have to know is if you turn this so it's diagonal, you're still going to be selecting a box that is not like facing your camera. So you know, if you're doing something in looking at it in a different angle, you will get this strange box like I have right now. Then, okay, we're at the terrain palette right now, which is just changing everything. So let's just add a texture, like make it smaller so we don't like my editor too much, and do Sakura's bricks. And we can do speed, fast, and fall off. Put it to the 100 so that we actually see. Okay, right, no, wrong. Not too fast enough. Okay, whatever. Oh yeah, increment. There it is. That's what I want to modify. So increment. You see, I added this really fast. I added a new texture. If I reduce the increment to like 97, I'm just going to add a texture over this one or under or whatever, which means you see both textures here, right? There's the sand and the bricks. If you lower the increment even more, you can have like these bricks just like slightly below the sand. Although I did not do a really good job there. Okay, you should take this one, fall off, put it to like 39, and this looks better, right? Now you see there's a sand covering all these bricks. Okay, they're not actually bricks; they're more like hexagons, huge hexagons. You see, you can make really neat terrains like that. Then there's like remove texture, so we remove bricks. You see, so we're removing these guys here. And you know, now we're removing these bricks and putting back as the sand, which is the default texture. You can choose a default texture when you're making a new document. Just click on it. Then what else is there? Uniform texture, which just, you know, you cannot do like half this one, half that one. It's just pure one texture. Then replace texture. We replace Sakura's bricks with, let's do Sakura's hex tiles. Right, we just replace that texture with another one, which means you see here nothing happens. Here it gets replaced. Smudge textures, edge is okay. I do not know. Oh yeah, I get it now. You click out here and you just move it in, just push it in. So you just grab this texture and you move it around, or you grab this texture and you move that one around. Then blurred textures. Let's see what this is. I'm not really a terrain editing pro, so I have no idea. Yeah, I don't see what this does. Oh well, and fill texture, I'm not going to do that, but that is like, in Paint, the fill thing. You just click and the entire thing turns to that texture. If you have multiple cliff levels, it will only do that cliff level though. So, if you, let's demonstrate. You go on the cliff thingy here, raise cliff, we make a little cliff here. Okay, that's one too much. And, poof, there. Entire cliff was painted in that texture. See, so easy. So road, you just click this and that, and you got yourself a road. Right? You can also like twist these roads here and there, and this and that. You can make the road be really hard to drive on, and like this. I would kill somebody if I had a road like that in Need for Speed. Probably myself. And now I made a road cross my road. What happened why did the road cross the road? I don't know, ask a chicken. That was a lame joke, and I'm sorry for that. So now you got height, which is like, okay, this is like height modifying already, but that is like a cliff which you cannot walk over. This height here is totally different, which is just hills. Right, hill, woo, there. You can do that. You can lower as well. You can uniform, which is what? Oh yeah, you just put everything on the same level, like this one. There. That's what uniform does. Then you got noise, which I think we have to make the size larger. There, now you see, woo, blah 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 blah. And smooth just smoothens it out. So right, when you make something like that, you just want to go boom, smoothen it out, and so it looks a bit better. Right, let's make it smoother, which I recommend doing always. You can change the amplitude, I believe. And okay, the size is everywhere. The size thingy, and speed and everything. So speed is obvious, size is obvious. 16 is this, 5 is this, and shape is the shape of the selection thing. Not selection thingy, but here is circle, square, diamond, and I think Blizzard wanted to add more, but who knows whether that will ever happen. Now cliffs. So you got these 5 options here. Raise cliff, which raises cliffs. If you click on a cliff, it raises it again, but if you click on it again, it does not raise it because there's a maximum of 3 cliff levels only. Then there's lower cliff, which lowers cliffs, which actually makes it 4 cliff levels. You cannot lower past that. Okay, if you lower the initial level, you actually fall like 2-3 levels below, which is on some tile sets is like space, like in Scrap Station, Delta Quadrant, where you see just spacemen like asteroids and stuff. Shakuras does not have that, but you see, this would be replaced with space if it were a tileset which actually has that space thingy. And you can also like lower this one by one level, blah blah blah, and these look really ugly. Let's just make some more cliffs somewhere else. There. Then we got the same level, which means we can just do this. We click here and we make everything to the bottom level. Or we just click on this one in the middle and we make it this level. Or we click on one on the top and we make it that level. Or we click here and I think you got it already. Then we've got add ramp. 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 Come on, ramp. Ramp. Okay, and sometimes ramps cancel each other out because of their positioning, right? If I want to make a ramp here, one of these two ramps will get removed. And there is remove ramp, and the ramp is gone. That was it. Foliage, and disallow foliage. Right? Okay, this is so much. This is a bit hard. Okay, generate foliage density per cell. Let's make it like 0.32. 1,113 foliage have been generated. And you see now we've got all these little thingies here, right? These plants. Right? And you know where we actually did not allow foliage, like here, there is none. Right? There is nothing here. So, you know, just add or remove, then you just make it. Don't make the density too high, because if you make something like this, generating, wait for it, this will take a while. Then it looks like this, which I do not think you want. It is also a bit more performance heavy because, well, there's a lot more stuff there. Then we have water. You click this add water thing and you can pick water. And as you see, water is right in your face. Right, you see it's a bit too high. What do we do against it is we go and edit water. It will have selected the one which we have selected right here, and it changed it since the last check. But you know, we can move this a bit to the side, and you know, we lower it, and you see it's going beneath. There you see now it is beneath the first cliff level. Right, now we add more water to make it look better, and we made ourselves a pool. Now if making swimming pools in real life would be this easy, I'd be happy. You can also add, of course, lava, which, because I'm on low settings, looks absolutely terrible, so we'll just remove that. And you've also got like different water types. Oh, you got this one. Or you can just make more water types. You can edit water. We put it down to 8 again. Actually, let's make it a bit further down. And we can also change its color. Anybody want red water? How about some yellow one? Right, you can make water of any color, and this looks a bit like urine, so we'll change the color again back to red. Actually, let's make it purple. Yep, this fits the tile set, kind of. Okay, also reduce its height by like 1, and I do not know why I'm doing this. Oh well, we've got strange water, and let's put it there as well, and here, and there. So we've got a lot of water. As I do water, and what is terrain objects? Oh, terrain objects are connected to do that, so oof, let's see, let's go on, where is it? Chakuras. I'm looking for the one which I know. Okay, apparently it's not there. Let's take Zakuldust library large. Right, terrain objects are connected to doodads, which means we have to go to the doodad palette right now. Come on, click doodads, load. Okay, it's gonna take forever to load. And Total Biscuit made a tweet. And let's loading doodad palette. Now, is the doodad palette? I'll get to that in a second. I'll first show off terrain objects, and we're still loading for a short while. Dun dun dun. Come on, editor. Unfreeze. Come on. And there we are. Now, cat, get off. No. I've been assaulted by my cat. So we go on which category is it? There is terrain object doodads. We took, what was it? Zakuldust library pit, I believe. No, that was not it. Okay, I cannot find that. I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to find it. Sorry. Okay, I really cannot find it right now, but you know, you would have to add these proper things to proper doodads. Okay, let's go back to terrain objects, and we can do Zakulda's pit. No. Let's do something we know. Let's do Zelnaga prison. Let's do that. Right, and now we go back to doodads, and we go on Zelnaga prison. Note that did not do it. Okay, I failed with this. Screw that. Let's go somewhere here, another part of the map, and let's continue editing the terrain. Let's take this one. So what are doodads? Doodads are little objects on the map which you cannot interact with, really. They're just, you know, visual stuff, but they can actually block, like building blocker. Let's wait. View, show layer, and which one is it? Okay, wait, I just have to change something. Go back to terrain, and we remove this. And where is the foliage? Remove foliage every. Ow, cat, get off! Let's do this foliage removal. I don't know why it's showing everywhere this white layer. Sorry that I have to do this. I'm wasting so much time today, right? And we should be, well, we didn't remove everything, but it's relatively done. And generate, we get rid of most of it, and we go back to doodads. You know, building blocker 1x1. If you do Control Shift H, you get the grid for buildings. Right, each of these is also, if you want to like measure stuff, each of these is a range of 1. Right, so this is a building. These are I put 3 building blockers here, which don't do anything, which block buildings. Okay, creep blocker here. Like let's put 3 creep blockers, which, as their name suggests, blocks creep. If you go in the units palette, which will take a while to load as well. Oh damn, my slow computer. I actually had all this loaded up before, but as you saw, it crashed. Damn. I failed at my first tutorial. How awesome is that? Loading units palette. Come on, I just want to put a creep tumor. You're most likely going to have a list that looks like this one, but I use 3 because it's more performance efficient. Let's do creep. This is a search bar, and you just type in and you find what you want. This works for all other things as well. So you take creep tumor burrowed. Control Shift H and V. No wait, V. And you see there's no creep here. V goes to game view, which means you don't actually see these helper models like this one. You just see the game as it looks in game. Just change to the camera palette. Let's go back to doodads. So let's go to other doodads like the curtain LOS blocker, which means this is either line of sight blockers. If you place a unit behind these, they cannot see this. They're like in a melee game. Then you've got a curtain like, ooh, that looks strange. Oh well. Then gap filler. Okay, you see there are lots of these. Little strange claw, creep webbing, which you should place on cliffs, I believe, just because they look out of place there. Right, there you go. Right, you got these on cliffs, cliffy cliffs. You see, we got creep on all over these cliffs. Fan vent cliff. We're in the cliff and ramp to that section. Let's go somewhere else. Environment. Agria debris. Right, these are like kind of like foliage models as well. Agria debris large. Your overmind corpse. It's okay, I'm screwed. That takes up too much space. Build your canopy tree island. What are these are? If you don't see it, maybe you played World of Warcraft and you remember the place called Nagrand. These things float. right? You can add their height. There. Now it shows properly. This is like practically Nagrand. Right? I like Nagrand. It was a nice place. Outland is definitely my favorite region in World of Warcraft. And look, then we got also these birds, more and more birds, and bird drift seeker, and bird xenomorph, and birds tarsonis, and a blackfin mako, which is a fish. Which see now you got a fish down there, right down here. What I just pointed with my finger at it. Blood splash, flap, 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 flap. I kill people. There's also a body bag which would fit right here, right? Just place a few body bags around here. We got bones and more bones. Right, there's so much stuff here, like dead vandals and dead tendrils and an execution wall. Isn't that fun? I also want an execution wall. Right, we got this one and this one. And there's like a flame geyser. Wait for it. Wait for it. Come on, do something. You're boring. I hope this one is better. Oh yeah, that's the flame geyser, guys. That's the flame geyser. Screw that one. Floating creep pad, which is just a strange, creepy doodad. And with creepy, I don't mean like disturbing. I mean creep. So it's a fly swarm. And there are also fog doodads. You see, it's all foggy. There's also gray fog. If you want black fog, it's called. I mean, there's no actual black fog, but where is it? Creep cloud. And there you go. This is as close to black fog as it gets. Let's get to Archon. Temple Archon statue. I'm just gonna show you a few last things. So as you see, there's also doodads have variations. If you press the comma or full stop buttons on your keyboard, you can change the variation of your selection, your placing doodad. Or if you select a doodad, come on, select. You can also do it this way. So I like this Archon. This one looks cool. If you hold Control, you can make it face in direction. This also works if you are having more doodads at once. You can make them all face that direction. You can change their color, which is practically tinting. What's the HDR multiplier? I never knew. Okay, I don't see a real big difference. Probably on higher settings you do. You can change their height. Floating Archon statue. Get back to the floor, dude. What else can you change? Don't use doodad footprint, which means units can walk through it, which means people can like it's ignored. There's no collision or anything. Just ignore placement requirements, which means we can place it anywhere, or we can place it on top of this other doodad. And disable sound emitters is I think only for doodads that have sound. You can also change the scale to 6%. Okay, I think I hit another number. 69. Okay, 6%. Toy Archon. So, Mr. Archon, how is it being tiny and red? He's probably red because he's mad at us. Well, that ends the terrain editor session. That's pretty much all there. Wait, there's cameras, which I'll show you later what they're for. But let's just place a camera. Let's say we want to look at this. We just want to look at these strange cliffs with this strange buggy road, and create a camera. Right, we got a camera which is not looking at this cliff but this place, whatever. So view select the camera, you look at it at its point of view game. If you press V, you go back to game view and it hides the camera. Save, set camera to current view, changes the camera which you've selected to what you were looking at right now. And save view to file. I have no idea what that does. And what else is there? There's pathing. Well, that's points. Sorry, that's wrong. But we need points as well. Points are points you're going to be referring to in triggers later on, just like cameras. So, or we'll create these guys at these points and one up here. Okay, we can. So what you can do with points, you can name them. Let's call this one on cliff, and we can give them a model. Isn't that cool? No, this will take a bit forever to load. Let's take door. I think I typed that. Yep, I did. Doors are awesome. Door C, because door C doors are more awesome. Right now we change the point model to Thor. This does not actually mean it. This does not actually do anything except allow you to find this model, the point, easier. Right? This will not show up in game or anything. Now you want starting locations, which are starting locations for players. Just we're taking forever a bit, right? So you got a starting location. We also have pathing, which you can add pathing, like add pathing. We'll do the size. We have no pathing picked. Nothing can enter these red areas. It'll be like invisible walls. Ground pathing means units can walk over this, or they will just be able to walk across this cliff, I believe. I'm not sure, but I think that's how it works. And no building. Like we see right now, when it shows you a command center or hatchery or nexus, it means that is a valid location for the starting location to be. That means that building can be built there. I mean, if you add like what do you call them, resources too close to there, you know, the footprint will not work, because you know you can't build too close to resources. And if we add this, no building, you see it was removed because we cannot build buildings right here. That's pathing. Now, what dynamic pathing fill? No idea. Okay, whatever. And no fly zones. You cannot fly there, right? The stuff will just crash into invisible walls and die. Okay, no, it won't die, but it will crash. And I forgot the units palette, but you know, units palette is just placing units. Okay, here's the no building pathing. I disabled the pathing layer in my thing, right? Review, show layer. Okay, should be showing you pathing, whatever. But you know, you can just place units here, like nexus. Right, pick a nexus, build. No, I said nexus. There, nexus or archon. Archons are awesome. No, I did not say next, I said Archon. Damn it, I gotta deselect it there. Archons. Archons of Doom. Aren't these awesome? You want to change who they belong to. Right under player 0, you can change the players here. And I think we should get rid of the terrain editor for now. There, bye-bye editor. And we go to data. Data. Now, the data editor is the part where you edit most stuff, like units and everything. Like as they go, okay, now we got the units tab open, so you know, go like marine. And where is the marine? There is the marine. We take forever to load. And here we got like abilities, stop, attack, move, stim pack, the command card as well. Okay, I would accidentally open both fields. This is the one which you wanted to see, right? This is the command card. Does not have a second one, but you can add more. Like the SCV would have the buildings here, then advanced buildings here, blah blah blah. What else do we have? You can ignore all the gray fields, which are usually useless, except behaviors. Plus, you can add like behaviors like immortal. Nope, it's not there. Hardened shield. There. Marines have hardened shields now. Isn't that great? Kill experience. This is only useful when you are using heroes. Death reveal radius is how it's. You know, when a unit dies, you can still see everything it saw. This is the radius in which you can see. Attack target priority is what the priority will be attacked. And if we put it 21, since all other units are attack priority 20, then all marines will get focused down before anything else is attacked. Kill resource. We put this at 10, and now every time you kill a marine, you get 10 minerals, right? You've got custom research minerals, terrace investment, I set minerals to 10. Life gained from damage taken. We'll just put melee 1. Every melee damage taken, it gets 1 life. I think it's fraction. It means it gets percentage-based life. I'm not sure. Life leech from damage dealt, so you can also do it at that. And revive base info, I did not use these guys. Then shield gained and leech, blah blah blah. Turrets are for units that use turrets, like the mothership, and okay, turrets are more advanced stuff. It's like part of the unit's model can turn independently of the rest of the model. Like The Immortal, its top turns differently. The Colossus' head turns independently from its legs, and like a siege tank turret, it also turns not regarding the rest of its model, and that can be used like for weapons. So instead of taking the models facing, it takes the turrets facing. So you can change the weapon here to Scourge Suicide. Nah, let's give the Purifier Beams. There. Now the Marine has the Mothership attack. Cost minerals 50. Other Marine costs 100. Cost category is pretty useless unless it's for a score screen only. Acceleration, always leave those at 1000 unless you want your unit to slowly accelerate to its speed. If you put it to 0, your unit will not move at all. Inner radius is radius which unit can interact with. I think interaction with buildings, like abilities that use interactions, or running into them. Okay, collide, ground, unused 9. I think unused 9 is where is it? Unused 9 is, I believe, force field. I'm not sure. Don't take my word on it. Ground, like it's what it collides with. If you check Colossus, it collides with Colossus. If you check Burrow, it collides with Burrow. If you check Flying, it collides with Flying. If you check Larva, blah blah blah. You get it. You can use those for yourself. Creep speed bonus and creep speed multiplier, obvious. Deceleration, also obvious. Inner radius, we said that right now. Lateral acceleration, I never understood what that is. Movers are different things. They are how your stuff moves. This is mostly used for missiles. But there's a funny tutorial on like how to make the lull ray and rufflecopter banshee, like the stuff that just spins around while moving. It's really hilarious. And yeah, the movers are just control how your stuff moves, so you can just make the unit just spin around while moving and be totally drunk. Plane array is what it can be targeted as. So this is ground, this is air. That's about it. The Colossus has both checked. You ground units have ground checked, air units have air checked. Push priority is the priority it pushes other units, but if you put that way higher, I think you can even push attack units and push enemy units. I'm not sure, but the higher you put it there, higher its push priority will be. So if you give it like one unit a huge push priority, and the other one's lower push priority, so when they both like kind of collide, when they're like crossing paths, the higher push priority units will force the other ones to let it pass. Movement radius is the radius in which it collides with other units. Separation radius is for air units in this distance between air units and the squadron. There you go. Speed is very obviously speed. Stationary turning rate, just leave it at medium. Cargo size is obvious. Death time is pointless. You don't need that unless you're doing heroes or revivable units. Energy maximum is, well, the maximum energy. Regeneration delay means the delay before the energy starts regenerating. After using it, if you use an ability have a delay of 5 seconds, it will wait 5 seconds before energy can be regenerated again. Energy regeneration rate is obviously the rate, and the default is 0.56. Starting amount is how much it starts with. Ignore item and facing. Life armor, you know what that is. Armor level is just the number it shows on the level thingy. Life maximum, life starting amount, same. Life regeneration delay, regeneration rate is the same for shields and energy. Mass is, I think, used in force effects. Not sure how much it affects that. I do not know how more force effects work, like technically in the game itself. What kind of difference mass makes. And repair time. Marines have a repair time? What the hell? The repair time is the time it takes to repair it. This is scores. These are just scores. You don't need those. They're like just for the score screen. Revive delay, revive time is our time score, and the shield stuff is the same as for life and energy. Sight bonus is, what is it? Dawn dusk is if you're trying to make a Warcraft 3 stealth system where you use time of day for sight radius. Sight radius is 9, and supplies is -1. Okay, if you want a unit to use supplies, you have to use negative amounts. If you want to give supplies, you give it a positive amount. So it means a supply depot has 8 supply, a door uses -8 supply. Then glossary is just for the help. When you click on the help menu in game, fidget is an animation, kind of, when it just does something like a different, stand animations are just where it just stands with its gun in its hand, it just stands. And fidget is like if it looks around or something. It just does something else. You can modify the chances here, I think, or something like that. Then life armor name is the name of its armor. Minimap radius is how large it is on a minimap. And what else is there? What's attributes? You got these attributes like armor, biological, heroic, caliber, blah 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 blah. You know, if you do bonus damage to one of them, this is you check what classification. You here choose a classification for your unit. Death reveal filters are for death reveal. You know, when it dies and it reveals units around, it still sees stuff. Flags. You usually want to leave these to default, but you know you can give them other flags like cloaked, hero, buried. You know, if you want to make special units different ones, you just check these ones. They're very straightforward. Invulnerable means it's invulnerable. Missile means a missile, which you should always check for missiles. And you know, you got all these things. You should just look through them if you think your unit is different than others in some certain way. Idle command loot, blah blah blah. You can ignore that, ignore that, ignore that. Score result, ignore that, ignore that. Subgroup priority. Subgroup priority is the priority when it's selected. So Marines have a relatively high subgroup priority because they have the Stimpack ability, while units like Marauders, they also have the Stimpack, but usually have Marines selected first. And like, I mean, Zealots have an ability which is charged, but it's autocast, so their priority is really low. While Marines are high because you want to use their Stimpack all the time. And you know, Ghosts and High Templar and other caster units have the highest priorities of all. And this is it for the unit thing. Right here in this bottom left corner, you got related things, which are like, you see the Terran upgrades. And okay, Protoss air weapons. I do not know why that is in there. Probably because we added hardened shields. Then units, I do not know why Warpig is related, but okay, you got the weapons, the pure fire beam, and there's models. Do not touch these. Do not touch sounds either. You can touch mover if you want to, but do not edit the ground mover. That will modify way too much stuff. Behaviors are practically what buffs are called, but they can also be other things. But behaviors are buffs, debuffs, and you know, the stuff you put on your unit. And abilities are abilities. Actors are things that control models. So if you see something in game, it's a model controlled by an actor, right? You have models in here, but the model itself does absolutely nothing. The actor is the thing that actually uses the model and gives it animations and tells it how to work. So I'll be making a tutorial on those pretty soon as well. I'm at 42 minutes right now. Oh damn. Okay, effects are pretty long. What is it pretty long? I have no idea what I'm talking about. That's what you get for casting for 42 minutes. So effects are things that just happen. My next tutorial will be based on those. I'll try to make that one today as well. But you know, I'll show you these are effects mostly related to their weapons. So mothership beam damage is the damage effect. So mothership do 6 damage. Now it does 12 per shot, and its weapon fires 6 times. Just so you remember. Right, the persistent is the thing that fire is a different type of attack. Okay, I will not show you. I'll just go through those later. The effects are for another time. Weapons, I'm just going to show you the basic things for modifying weapons. Arc is like the direction in which you can face. You know, if it's 360 arc, the unit does not have to face its target, right? You can shoot anywhere. The mothership can shoot anywhere if you don't know that. And if you like have a 0 arc, the unit has to turn around and face it. And if you have a bigger arc, you know, it's just like how close it has to be, how much you can allow. Yeah. What the hell am I talking about? Okay, how much degree, what the angle between the attack target and the unit is allowed to be. Arc slop is how much the enemy unit is allowed to move before your unit has to turn towards it again. Backswing is the time after the attack which your unit cannot do anything at all. So, you know, if you use your marine and you know you like microwave from his belt, it always, you know, after shooting it, you cannot move it instantly. It won't move instantly. That's the backswing. If you put it to 0, you can just go spam stop and right click. The location will just keep shooting whenever it can. Damage point is how much time it takes for it to actually use its effect. So 0.0 which means that the effect is applied instantly. Like, okay, if you have a damage point of 1 second, the unit has to be attacking for 1 second until it fires. You know, you usually won't notice that, but it's usually used to keep your damage in sync with your animations. Level, no idea. Minimum scan range is minimum range is like siege tank. You cannot hit underneath that. Minimum scan range is how far the unit like kind of looks. I don't know how to explain it. If you increase that, your unit will acquire targets when it's idling, like for a large distance, or when it's on an attack move, right? If you just have like one darting and a minimum scan range of 20, it will attack almost anything that comes into it. It will attack anything you can see practically. Not anything you can see, but you know, you just have to get into within 20 range of the darting, and it'll run at the thing. Period is the attack speed. That's it, attack speed. Random delay is a third delay between maximum or minimum delay. So, like variation of the attack speed, faster or slower, you can just randomly change the attack speed. If you do not notice that, just in a game, just grab a bunch of marauders. It's like a real bunch of marauders. Select them all, move really close to some destructible rocks, and attack them. The first volley will go off instantly, like, you know, all of them do the same. But over the next few attacks, the marauders are going to be out of sync, which is because of the random delay. Range is range. Range slop is how far the enemy unit is allowed to move before you have to get within range again, right? So if you have 7 range, and range slop is 1, so if the mothership can actually attack at a range of 8, right? If you can attack at a range of 8 because it has 1 range slop, which means, you know, if you attack at range, you have to engage at range 7, and you can move 1 range back then again, or the enemy can move 1 range back. Reload duration is added on top of the period. I do not know why. UI display effect is the one that shows when you mouse over the attack. UI display effect is what it shows, like for damage and stuff like that. Display attack count is how much attacks it has. Icon is the icon. And these are flags, fuel slips, blah blah blah. There are pretty much a lot of movement is, you know, movement. Chase filters are filters. Like you can just make it like not chase certain units, or only chase certain units. Legacy options. Well, they're just things that are pretty straightforward. Name options, they're also all pretty straightforward. Scan filters and target filters, they're all straightforward. I think that is all I had to do for today. Wait, oh, there's still triggers. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'll just do triggers real quickly. Well, now you know how to modify basic units. And this is the trigger editor. Right, here's the melee initialization trigger. I'll just make a new trigger there. Control W does not actually close your window, but makes a new trigger or action or whatever. It just makes a new something. So let's call it hello there. Events. Now a trigger has 3 parts, even though you see 4 right here. Events is like an event. When does the trigger happen? When does this what you're about to do happen? Conditions are conditions. How do you explain conditions? There's stuff that has to be true to happen, right? You know, if Steve has a relationship with Katie, do this. Okay, so if they broke up, this trigger will not fire. Although I don't think you can put real life relationships into a game, so I do not know how that will work. Then let's put an event at timer. Periodic event is like every few seconds. Time elapse is like once in a game at a certain time. And timer expires if you use a timer trigger, which I or Wolf will probably show you sometime soon. Time elapsed, so if elapsed game time is 5 seconds, okay, that's default game. So you can also put real time seconds, okay. I do not know what AI time is. Conditions, if let's grab something random. If player color of player 1 is brown. There. Random condition. I don't think anybody will really care if player is brown, but I don't think anybody will ever use this condition because it's really strange. And then actions, let's just say text message. Right? Text message display. Oh, hi. There. We apparently have 600 frames per second right here. You can also change its color. Now it's red. You see this is a preview window. You can also, come on, apply a style campaign action button. Or can I apply a different style? Let's put challenge go apply style. Come on. Wait, I think I have to remove the first style. There, now it's huge. Okay, now, oh hi Thor, in very huge caps. That'll appear in the guy's screen. We can also set player camera. Okay, we cannot. Okay, let's search for camera. Apply camera object, and we remember that camera we placed before. We can create a unit. Unit with, that's the default facing, that's the simplest one for all. We can make a door. There, I search for a door, and on you see this point we placed before. We can put it on a cliff. What's the point we named on cliff? This is player. This is the number of doors. Options, ignore placement under construction. Yes, screw that. Oh, total biscuit. Perfect timing for a tweet. I couldn't click cancel. I think there's a car down there, whatever. But you know, this is how triggers work. You just put an event when it happens, you put a condition which is totally, in this case, absurd, and then you add a few absurd actions. Right, what you can do is like revive here is you can make unit enters a region. Oh, I forgot to show you regions in the trigger in the terrain editor. You can just, they're like large areas you can place. I'll show you those another time, or Wolf will. We'll probably make some triggers in the map I'm going to make for tutorial, or I'm pretty sure he will. I don't know. He might help for the tutorial, and I can make triggers for it, and we'll do regions there. Regions are just large areas. You can reference them in triggers, like when you reference point like center of region or a random point in region, and or like unit enters region like as an event, or unit is in region as a condition. So regions are just like areas, and you can just unit enters region, give player 2 minerals. Like you can make stuff like that. Right, that's what you do with triggers. You just make stuff happen. You can also script an AI with triggers, and I think we should stop before I hit the 1 hour mark. We're at 52 minutes 16 seconds. Wow, this is a long tutorial, and I think I made this one really far too long, but I will not start all over again. So annoying. So annoying. I mean, it took 52 minutes. I do not want to redo that. Well, I want to say something. You got variables as well, which are a bit more than, but if you want to, variables are like saved data, like for triggers, right? You save stuff in variables. Like if you want to like find a certain unit later in the trigger, like a player's hero or something, you should make a variable, like, and use the set variable action. Right, it's the first action that pops up when you click new action. Set variable is the one that it's selected at start, and just like new variable, call it hero unit, and somebody just rang. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back, and so you set, we made a hero, which is a unit variable. Then we click here, set variable hero 2, and we want to make a Thor. The Thor. Wait, you gotta put it after that. We want to make a Thor the hero, so we put last created unit, which only works if you're actually made a unit with an action here. If it will not like pick a unit that was created by a barracks right before the trigger fired. Okay, that will never happen. And that's what you do in Lightroom. We can make another trigger, like elapsed game time is like 10 seconds, and you can just kill hero, right? We can just kill unit, and we can triggering unit. There's like a lot of stuff how to find units, but we can just take variable hero and we kill hero. There. That's how it works. You can also have variable arrays. So array, we can make it like 8. And so we can set hero, and we make the index owner of unit last created unit, and now we have hero index as practically the number of the player. We just kill player of we kill player of we kill that guy's hero, whatever. You just pick, like, if you want to kill player 1's hero, player 2's hero, you just put in 2 in the index. That's how you use arrays. You use 2-dimensional arrays for stuff, and for you to figure out, just simple math. And let's say use variables. You can also like make folders here, like just make folders. Come on, make a folder. Now I put that and can't put it in the folder. There, I put these in a folder, and we can minimize that. It's just organization. You can add a comment. There, we added a comment, which is just to keep, which is just like to keep your stuff tidy. It just makes it look better. You want to like you can like make comments to like divide things, or like leave comments for yourself, or if somebody else were to look at your triggers, just so that they know what the hell is going on. And this is like 55 minutes. Oh crap. Okay, and I think that's it. I do not know what more to do. You know how to use variables. Oh yeah, if you're going to make a trigger, just like think of what you want to do. Like, when does it happen? And you go on event. You make a new event. I do it by pressing Control W. That's why it pops up so fast without me pressing this button up here. And you just search for what you want. Like if it's a chat message, just click on chat message. You write in chat. There, fine. If you want something to do with unit, you type in unit, or you just click unit right here. And you can like unit dice. Oh, you found it there, right? That's the easiest way to learn triggering. Just search for like keywords. Just search for it. Just see if you can do it. Just think of how it has to be done. When you do conditions, you know how to. Okay, the conditions are pretty straightforward. Comparison, and you just pick one of these massive amount of functions. Right, and you want to do actually what you want to do. You just search for the keyword. Right? You got these categories here on the left, like unit or unit group, which is like groups or unit. Like add weapon to unit there, or load unit. Well, I don't know what that is. Move unit instantly. Remove behavior, right? You just search for the keywords, right? And check put to the category. Or if you want to make dialogues, which I'll make a tutorial for that sometime later. Just look through it. That's the easiest way to learn how to do so. Just look through everything. Read this text down here. And just read that. Seriously, that's the easiest way to learn stuff. Just read it, see if anything matches what you want to do, and just do it, right? Just search, look, read through that, and it might work. Just don't go and ask like, how do I create a unit with a trigger? And when 10 seconds pass, don't go on a forum and ask that. You just check events. 10 seconds have passed. Actions, create unit. There, that's that easy, right? You might not always find your answers like that. If you don't, feel free to go on Ask2 Master and just post a question. But try, just first try to find it and then do it. Also, for those programmers of you, you can also where is it? Custom script. There, create unit 2, 1, Thor. Wait, I gotta put this like this. Thor 1, and we'll put it on Cliff. I'm not sure if that's the right way to reference the point in there, but this is Galaxy. This is Galaxy. This is how you create a unit, and you, of course, add the semicolon. I'm not too much Galaxy. I'll try to learn and maybe make some tutorials on that, but that's how you do it. And this is like Galaxy. It's like how you do the create units function, but it's possible for you guys. You gotta learn the language, which is hard, which I do not know myself really. I just know that create unit 2 is how the function is called. Oh well, this is the watcher for IntoStarCraft, and this is my first tutorial. I'll be making more and more specific tutorials, which just don't with less me talking crap here. And on s2master.com, right? Oh damn! I just wanted to box select everything for some reason. Okay, s2master.com, really good, really great site. You can ask me questions here by PMing me, or there's a mentor thingy that Wolf started. And where did I just click X in that? And you can just post here, ask questions. People are helpful here. Use the search function. I showed you how to find tutorials earlier. And I have to burp a lot. Blah. And one last thing. Oh yeah. In the strange case that someone would like to follow me on Twitter, here you go. Just do this. I mean, if I get enough followers, I'll actually start making updates regarding SC2 maps to map night and new tutorials, ask questions, what people would like to have tutorials, do general stuff for IntoStarCraft if possible, and like announcing new tournaments, asking whether people are interested, and if for some strange reason people are interested, you can just follow me here on. You can just follow me on Twitter, and I will, if I actually get followers, I'll actually start with. I'll just start tweeting stuff about SC2 maps, their tutorials, map night, IntoStarCraft, and general stuff. And this is it. This is the almighty, the Watcher. Oh, I'm using the second name as well. Okay, this is the Watcher, and I am off. Goodbye, people. I hope I can get a new tutorial out really soon.